And welcome back, boys and girls of all ages, to the RSG Lunch Stream. We are back after a successful event on Sunday. We took pretty much all day yesterday to recover from our extravagant 16-hour stream, which we raised, I'm confident saying, we're gonna have raised over 10,000 when all is said and done. And so that's a big shout out to everybody that participated, that was in chat, that donated. We really appreciate everybody's support and in this endeavor. Thank you all for what you did. It was a very successful event, and just wanted to start off with that. But yeah, we took yesterday off. We needed to recover. I was a zombie, and I had a ton of schoolwork to get close to. And I might be missing tomorrow if I have jury duty, but we'll see. I'll find out tonight. But with that being said, welcome. What is the lunch stream? Well, this is where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour, talk about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We break down some roster reviews, do some fun stuff. We got all kinds of things that we can do. But hey, everybody in chat, hope you're having a great day. We're bringing you some entertainment to keep you going while you're having your lunch, wherever it may be or what time it is, even if you're listening to this later on. Let's introduce everybody that's here. We have, of course, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
I'm still sleepy.
I am very sleepy. Good God. I think we all are. We also have Sanely, the soulless one.
I feel terrible.
Yes, I understand. And Sanely will be scooping up your questions. So if you do have questions, go ahead and get those into chat. We also have Grim the Mechanic. Yeah, that's a good call. Also joining us from across the pond is the one and only Mike.
Good evening.
Oh, it's evening there. Oh, very nice.
Hello, Governor.
Governor, I saw you day. Also join us is the beardless one, the brown Gandalf, the French tickler, the chicken chaser, the one and only Grande Pappy Patron. Oh,
how about now?
How about now? Also join us, hanging out with us, is the Southern Draw gentleman himself, Calm Cobra.
Well, hello. Everyone's tired, and I'm sitting here ugly.
Oh.
I think I got the short end of the stick.
Well, I'll trade you. And then also join us is the lovely purple...
That's what she said.
Oh, God, here we go. Also join us is the lovely purple-headed monster herself, Dana Descent.
Hey, everyone.
That purple came out really well.
Oh, I know. I love it. It's so bright. I'm going to take a picture outside later in the sun and show you all what it looks like. It is so bright. It's awesome.
What does your man think of that?
He loves the purple. He didn't want me to dye my hair at all. He was a little sad because he liked the gray.
No.
But
Oh.
no. He's fine. He realized it was for the charity stream, and
Yeah.
but he's always loved purple. Whenever I've had purple hair, so he's happy with it.
Very nice. I think it turned out really good.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited about it. It's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
What do your kids think about it?
My daughter's with her dad this week, so she hasn't seen it yet. But she was really excited when I told her purple. She wanted blue, because I haven't done blue for a really long time. But she was really excited about the purple, and I'm sure she'll love it. I think I said it in chat. She most of the drawings that she's made where she's drawn me and her have had me with purple hair. Even when I didn't have purple hair anymore, she draws me with purple hair. So she'll like it.
Very nice. All right. I think that's everybody. Did I miss anyone? No? Yes?
Nope.
Yes? No? Okay, good. All right. So, Finn, we had a successful charity stream, you would say?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Anything you want to say?
Thank you. I mean, basically just repeating what you started off with. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out. It's great to see. I know we had people from different games and stuff playing too, but most of them were Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So thank you very much for coming out as a community and supporting this. We have a lot of things to start sending out starting today to people and stuff. So if you guys won anything, or if you guys got any of the rewards, give us this week to get everything set up, and we'll be sending them out. So get ready for a bunch of emails and different communications.
That's right. All right. Let's get into our roster reviews. We were going to do Sweary Daughter Tuesday, but she's actually working, Mike. I'm so proud that she's actually providing income.
Second week. I know. It's like, yay!
It's crazy. Say, yeah.
And dancing. She was notified that her contract wasn't being renewed come next academic year.
Mm-hmm.
She had an interview earlier today, and she got the job.
Oh wow! There you go.
Yeah.
Good news all around.
Yeah.
So that is, and it's a step up for her. She's been working with moderate to severe learning difficulties, special needs children, and this new one, the new school, also has the profoundly special needs as well. So for her, it's going to be a real step up in her learning curve, and she already has 2 children that were moved from her previous school to this one, so she's got some of her favourites already there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Hashtag proud dad.
Aw, that's awesome.
Thank you. But yeah, no sweary for the
That's okay.
foreseeable, but I'm sure something can be arranged.
All right.
So I think she needs to do a review of somebody, doesn't she?
She does, right?
Yes. Jace.
That's right. That's science. All right. So let's get into our first review. This is Vito Anto's profile. He's in Husky Patrol. Shout out to those guys. And
hey.
Dr. Finn, what does Vito Anto want some help with?
So he would like us to do a review of his mod because Grande has messed up his name a billion times.
Oh, good. Grande's here. Grande, get on it.
No. Sir, yes, sir. One second. But yeah.
I was looking at his roster, like I like to do before the stream starts, and I'm looking at everything. I'm like, First Order, awesome. Imperial's awesome. Everything he's got great tunes and teams set up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous.
And he's been a long-time viewer of ours, and we really appreciate it. So this is Grande living up to his end of the bargain. And do the mod review. So if us do the mod review that he creates for us.
Hold on. I'm almost to a point where I can look at it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his roster is pretty disgusting. I mean, that is ridiculously good roster.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me jump under the thingy poo and open up the other thingy poo.
Jump into the thingy poo. Wow.
It's still better than Zabif over the last few days.
What's that?
Still better than the way Zabif was jumping into things the last couple days in Borderlands.
Zabif's so awesome. It was nice. It was cool being here because she kept me going because she would just just so much energy. And then on top of that, she hosts Finn. She's like, "Oh no, you ain't going after my girl." So Finn, not only did he get roasted, he now has to put spam into his Twinkie maker.
Yeah,
it'll be like a George Foreman grill. It'll be like hot dogs without the casing.
Oh.
So the first thing you can say is that his arena team looks really nice. He's running the same arena.
Oh yeah.
So he's really kind of sharp on that arena team. If we run and look at his characters here real quick, I know he's sniffing that 4 mil too, so he's doing good on that. All of the characters he has at gear 12, I would say are good choices. All of his gear 11s are good choices. He's got it really well rounded roster. Yeah. He's killing it as far as the characters are concerned. I don't really see any characters that I would call out as being, you can tell why he brought certain characters to certain levels and stopped. Nothing seems really out of the ordinary to me as far as why he did what he did. So if we run over and look at his mods, let's go look at mods. So a couple of things on mods. I know he's going to have some good mods, so I want to do the sort a little bit differently for him. The first thing I want to do is I want to sort by crit damage primaries with speed, and let's see where he's got these crit damage primaries with speed. Make sure so he's got 35 of those. So his best ones are on characters that make perfect sense: Wampa, Maul, CLS, Nest, JTR, Qui-Gon Jinn, Veers, Leia, First Order Executioner, OG Han, Snow Trooper, Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren can't crit though, right?
He can, just not on his AoE.
Okay, so that makes sense. Anyway, I think he's doing well on that one. All of those look like they're kind of in good spots. I can't see any of them that I'm just like, oh man, why did we put that where? So he's definitely got that. Now let's apply filters. Let's do just speed, and let's do everything but the arrow as a speed secondary and see where we got those. So we have 682 mods with speed, so we can tell that he's done a great job. He's got his first three mods that have speed on them, the 20 and the 219s sitting on his arena team. That makes sense. BB-8 has one, and then going back onto his arena team all the way down through crew. So looking like a lot of the 16s, a lot of the 15s all on his arena team. That makes perfect sense. So I feel like he's got the speed part down. So what I want to do is I want to apply a different filter. I want to apply a filter that is flat offense, and let's bring back the arrow. So let's look at the flat offense stats and see where his flat offenses are at. 298 of those on CLS makes perfect sense. Vader makes sense. He's got a really nice one, no speed, sitting on Lando. That seems a little unusual, but kind of makes sense maybe. Asajj Ventress has a great one. First Order Executioner has a great one. He's got an offense triangle. A flat offense protection triangle sitting on Gamorrean Guard. That one could find a better home. But Talia, Tarkin, it's got another great one sitting on Resistance Trooper. He's got a great one sitting on Ezra. Again, back over to First Order Executioner on OG Han. He's got one sitting on Jawa Scavenger. Maybe that was for a Jawa Scavenger team at one point. Got a great one sitting on Childish Landino. So maybe some of these lower ones we might be able to move around a little bit and get some of those flat offenses. Got one sitting on Lobot. A couple of them sitting on Lobot. You might want to move those around. But makes really good sense. He's got like an offense arrow sitting on Resistance Trooper, so he's doing really good with the offense. So the flat offense, the speeds, the crit damage triangles all seem like they're in good spots. I'm having a hard time, besides just a couple of minor moves on speed and maybe a couple minor moves on flat offense. I'm having a hard time finding something really wrong with how he's got his mods done. Anyone else seeing something that seemed out of the ordinary?
Other than the fact that we're actually needing to review this roster, this is a really good roster, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not a roster review, it's just a mod review.
But I'm not. I'm trying to find areas where he needs to work on his mods, and I'm not. I'm running through his arena team to look at the exact mods he's got on, and I'm having a hard time finding anything that I would say just really needs to change. Is anybody seeing anything that points out to them that they feel like we should change on this?
No, he looks like he's pretty good, pretty consolidated with where he needs everything, like you reviewed. So yeah, I don't see anything in particular. Let me check one thing.
But we also went over a different way to look at mods, right? So the first thing we went to was, I knew he was going to have good mods just by what we were looking at, which is why we didn't go straight to speed mods, right? We dove a little bit deeper into it as far as mods where his crit damage triangles were that had speed, where his flat offense secondaries were. We kind of dove into it a little bit deeper than we normally do. And the reason why is because I knew already by looking at his mods. Here's how you can tell somebody is going to be pretty good with mods. If you jump over to their mods page, there's a little. See how it says Vito Antu's mods, and then in parentheses it says 918. That's the number that it says right there. So just to kind of give you an idea what that 918 number means. 918 currently means he has a mod sitting in every slot. So he has 0 slots without a mod sitting there. So he has mods sitting everywhere. The next thing that you could look at is you can look and see, hey, does he have all those mods leveled up, right? And one of the easiest ways to do that is whenever you go over when you go over to his profile, and then you click on his guild, and if you click down and go through Galactic Power Diffs, and then you click on the mods, you could see how many mods does he have that he could level or that are not 5 dots. So in order to get to total max mods, he could only add like 2,094, which means he's got a couple 4-dot mods, maybe sitting on some characters. He might have some not fully leveled mods, but the majority of his mods are sitting on characters and maxed out. So if he went to total max mods, that's the best he could do, which means the mods he's got left are like 4-dot mods with 18 speed secondaries, or 4-dot mods with like a flat offense of 120 or something, or a really or crit or 4-dot crit damage triangles with double-digit speed. That's what he's got left. That's what he's got left. Mods that we would all consider to be excellent mods. They just happen to not be 5 dots, or maybe he threw some mods he's working on a character that he just knows he needs to level up later. So he's doing really great. I don't know what to say. But that's how you can kind of look and tell that a person has really focused heavily on mods. He's also got the 3rd best mods in his entire guild, which Ski Patrol is definitely a high-end guild. So he's doing way better than your average bear, for sure.
All right. So then, looking at the rest of it, looking at his roster just really quick. He wants to know which ones he should get to gear 11 next, whether it should be his bounty hunters, his phoenix, or his Ewoks. So he wanted to know which one of those you think we should get to gear 11 next, and then also where he should go with his next Zeta.
All right. So if we look at his characters, you said bounty hunters, Ewoks, or what?
Phoenix.
All right. So let's search. And let's look at his Phoenix. So we look at Phoenix. We got gear 11, gear 10, and then 2 gear 8s. And he's got the same 2 gear 8s that I had for forever. Freaking Kanan and Zeb are really ridiculous to try to get through to gear 10. It takes a lot of gear, and I'm not sure if you threw a ton of gear on them, if you would still be super happy with them. So I'm not sure that's the case. So then let's look at his Ewoks. Ewoks is a really great team, very underrated. Ewoks, we got gear 8. We got 4 of them at gear 8, 1 of them at gear 9, and 2 of them at gear 10. Chirpa is probably the hardest one I found to get past that gear 10 mark. So that I think Ewoks is a good choice. And then the third one was bounty hunters. Let's go look at his bounty hunters for a minute. We only have a 4-star Bosk. Bosk is probably going to become free to play here in the next 4 months, 2 weeks or a month or so. He's already got Boba Fett done. He's already got IG-88 done. So we'd be looking at Dengar, Greedo, and Bosk.
Yeah, I definitely recommend him getting Greedo up. Greedo is, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been using him. I have him at gear 11, gear 10, but I have him Zeta'd, and he's so good. He hits almost
Bounty
just
Hunters-
as hard as
Bounty
Raid
Hunters
Han.
makes it- So if Bosk was free to play, and if we think he's going free to play in a couple of weeks, I would say work Bosk, and then work Greedo and Dengar, and have a good team for and then have that bounty hunter team for defense. That would make sense, right? Phoenix, I'm not sure where you're going to put them. I mean, it sort of helps your ships. Potentially, if you wanted to just pick one, I'd pick Ezra, and take Ezra to gear 12, and then and kind of work that if you wanted to. And then Ewoks is great for an offensive team. They can take down a bunch of stuff. So that's a possibility. I would probably hedge my bets, and I would probably do bounty hunters and Ezra if it was me. And then that way you're kind of hedging your bets a little bit. If you did bounty hunters and Ezra, then you do pretty well. Now let's look at his Zetas. So if we jump over here into his guild, we click down and we look at Zetas, we can start calling out all of the Zetas that he has.
He's got 31. The only one that's glaring by its absence that I saw or didn't was Wampa. He's got a Zeta'd Hermit.
Oh, he doesn't have Cornered Beast Zeta?
I didn't see. No, I didn't. Nope. No Zetas on his Wampa. But there.
He might want to do that.
What?
Where's his
let's see,
Wampa?
What is the gear level on his Wampa?
12.
Yeah, 12.
So he does.
Oh, he's gear 12.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He does have a gear 12 Wampa. Oh yeah. So maybe Wampa, man. Wampa might be a really great Zeta for you, being as that he's gear 12. Other than that, and no Mother Talzin Zeta.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely those two. Those are two really, really good Zetas. You know, the Cornered Beast for Wampa and Mother Talzin's unique. So good.
I probably would say Wampa first because Wampa could be put in Arena before Mother. So if we wanted to stay Arena focused, I might do Wampa and then do Mother.
Mother.
I knew that was coming.
He says he's trying
What
to
else,
decide.
Kennedy?
He's trying to decide between those two and finishing crew. I would say finish crew. I didn't.
What's
know.
his crew at?
He's got. It looks like he's got the leader done, but he needs to do the Scarred.
For the auto taunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a auto taunt and then 100% counter chance. That is a real good Zeta too.
And he's already got three of the Zetas on that team already.
Yeah, I finished
So that would
first order.
finish off that team with one Zeta. So crew, Wampa, Mother.
Mother. All right. Anything else?
I think we're good.
All right.
That's it.
And if you have
That's
questions,
it, Ranger.
Vito.
Oh, actually, I want to chime back in with his selection. If you do go bounty hunters, that'll give you more source of shards, because it's not always going to be IPD, Wampa, and all those other ones that they said it's going to be changed around from time to time. So the bounty hunters will give you a source of extra character shards for possibly very hard to get characters through the galactic bounties.
Well, that's up again today, isn't it?
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that's all I want to chime in on.
All right. And Vito, if you have questions, you know where to go. You know his find us. All right. Next one is DV Knights mods, and he's in First Galactic.
Yep. Divault.
Huh?
Yeah, Divault K is his name in
Oh,
this
it just
Discord.
says DV Knights, so you know better.
Oh,
than me.
another free review after this one.
No, it's his
And
name
then-
actually in swgoh GG.
Yeah, it's Stevie Knight.
So no, that's not how that works in my nice
Yeah,
try.
he's DB Knight in there. I think if you look lower, is Des Vault Knight. I think it's a
Yeah,
Deus
I
Vault
see
Knight.
it.
What was it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Deus Vault
And
Knight.
he's in the First Galactic Empire.
Oof.
Nice.
We're kind of a
21
newish
speed
player.
offense.
We're kind of a newish player. 1.1 galactic power.
With some sexy speed secondaries. Wow.
Yeah, that 21 offense mod. I'll have that one.
And so if we look at, we want to go into characters first.
Well, what is he looking for, Doctor?
Okay, so he wants to help his guild get ready for heroic Sith. So he wants to know kind of how he should build his roster and his account to help with his raid. They're currently doing tier 5 Sith heroic, not heroic, Sith raid. So he wants to help for heroic. So that's one of the things. He says he gets high in arena and fleet, so he's there, but he wants help with picking where his Zeta should go next. So we want to look at where his Zeta should go, and then where he's gearing up. So he's gearing up at the moment: Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, Scavenger Ray, R2, and Resistance Trooper. Trying to figure out what team he should put together after that. So he's working on the JTR.
So he's already
team.
working on JTR, and I was about
Correct.
to say. So that's
Yes.
one team for heroic Sith. The other one that people like to use is Night Sisters. So let's look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Yeah.
been playing only about 6 months. Just so you know.
Oh, nice.
So that's phase 4. So phase 4 Night Sisters. So let's look and see how the ye old Night Sisters. How am I
Yeah.
doing?
They got some
They
work.
need-
They need
They
some
need
work.
some
They're-
work. Yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
well, they're
He's
a work
farming.
in progress. He's
Yeah.
got a 6-star zombie.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
good.
6-star Talzin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talzin, I'm guessing, is going to go 7 fairly soon.
Yep. So we need to finish old DACA, finish
Ventress.
Asajj Ventress.
And
I
Talzin.
think
Talia.
And Doctor.
I'm going to tell you that, in my opinion, that team works better with Talia anyway. He does not have
Oh, yeah.
Night Sister Acolyte. Skip her completely. Go straight for Talia.
Yeah.
Go straight for Talia. So the team is Asajj Ventress, Old DACA, Mother Talzin, Talia, and Zombie.
And there's 3 of your Zetas there.
Yeah.
That is
2 on Asajj, and
Well, let's look at
Talzin's
first order.
unique. I mean, that's where you're going to get your points.
Well, yeah.
That's where you
but
get
that-
your score.
I wanna
Although,
look
of
at all
course,
the
you got
teams.
to
And
get to
then
phase 4.
And then for phase 3, it's Chex Mix, right? So
Yep.
if we look at Chex Mix, we need to look at his Rebels. So let's go look at his
Rebel
Rebels for a minute.
affiliation.
So Rebels, we've got. We have CLS.
Do we?
I don't think he
I
does.
don't think we have CLS.
I'm not. No CLS.
So we need to get CLS. So that means we need
Is he in position to? Because he's coming up now.
Leia, R2, Old Ben.
He's got a 7-star old Ben. He's got a 7-star farm boy.
Luke,
He's got Leia.
and then Stormtrooper Han. So we're good, right?
Yep, he's
Mm.
ready. Lucky
So
bugger.
he'll get CLS. So it's CLS, Leia. Where's Chirrut?
He doesn't have him.
No Chirrut. So we need to work
No.
on Chirrut.
So,
And then-
has he got a Rex? He needs that.
His
tenacity
Rex is
up.
4-star Gear 7 level 52.
Yeah.
And then we also have no POW. So then the other thing we need to look at is see if he's got look under Imperial Troopers. Let's see if he's got Death Trooper.
He has it, but he's not. I think he's 5.
Yeah, 4-star gear 6.
That's priority farm Cantina.
There we go. Yeah.
So we gotta work on that guy for a Chex Mix team, and then P3 or P2, right? So P2.
His first order is pretty solid. He just has to get him gear. They're 7 stars. It's just a gear check.
Yeah.
And
So
stuff.
besides first order, you could also run Machine Gun Leia in that team. So that means we need to look at Imperial. Yeah, we got to pass. So we need to look at Empire. Sorry,
we got a Jedi lover here, and with the changes that have come in, that might be an area for him to look at. Phase 1.
Oh, so you want to do a Phase 1 Jedi team?
Well, I'm just looking. He's got Gear 12 Yoda, both Grandmaster and Hermit.
No,
Qui-Gon.
he doesn't.
Oh, I'm on veto.
Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry, Gear 7.
I'm looking, thinking, oh my god, how's he done that?
No.
He didn't do that. Okay, my bad. I'll look at the right.
So if we were gonna farm either Wampa or Hermit Yoda for the Sith raid, I would say it's Hermit Yoda every time.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, that's just me. It gives the team survivability. So if you're going to farm one, farm H Yoda.
He's got a 6-star Grandmaster Yoda, but I'm just wondering whether he's got that 7th banked.
He will. He does.
I would have assumed so.
He's got 5 Jedi at 7-star. So
yep.
he should be able to knock that out.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got a gear 9.
Good. I actually like
Rey
for
that
roster. So
he'd be better off finishing up Rey before he works on Grandmaster Yoda.
Agreed. That's definitely late game, and even if you got the team ready, you might not be. In some guilds, you might not be able to throw both of them on. We need to work.
Yeah, I mean,
mods.
like
we've only got around 1/8 of the mods, or somewhere around 1/4 of the mods installed that you could have installed. So we definitely need to work on quantity of mods for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell he's been watching the show because all his good mods are on his arena team.
Yep, you could see it. They're all there. All of his good stuff is on his arena team without a doubt. So, I mean, you can look at the first page, and I think all of his first page mods are sitting on his arena team. So, yeah, I would say he's definitely the mods. He's doing well with what he's got, right? So he's got the right mods. He just needs to farm more quantity of mods, I think. All right.
So he needs to farm Death Trooper, Cantina. Also, you need to work on your General Veers. But Cantina definitely Death Trooper. So really, in your case, you've got your first order done. Here's what you can do, DD.
Well,
you can.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Ranger, but I had a quick question. Did he say that his guild is doing heroic Sith yet?
No, they're doing tier 5. What he said.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So
continue.
Finish up your gear and up your JTR team. Right?
It's got a gear 12 Scion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So finish gearing up your JTR. Focus on Death Trooper. Right? Then when you finish gearing JTR, you have an option. You can either go to finish up first order with this gear, or you can go work on Night Sisters, pick a team, right? And then work on it. Work on stars, work on gear, work on, get them all to gear 11, right? That's the priority. You want to have as many solid teams for each phase, gear 11, so you can contribute to if your guild gets your heroic Sith, right? And these teams will be really good for you in territory wars and things of that nature as well. So, having the JTR team done, getting your Luke Skywalker and things of that nature, which will come when the event comes back around. There's something to do about it right now. But finish JTR team, persistence. Finish first order. finish your troopers, finish Night Sisters. Whichever path you choose, but stick with it. Stay on target. Also, with your Cantina, I would do Death Trooper 4 days a week, and then 3 days of mods, to where you do nothing but use your refreshers for mods. And you want to focus mainly on crit damage and speed. And you're looking for speed secondaries on both those sets of mods. But if you do that for the next month, you can get your Death Trooper done, have a buttload of mods, and start really placing them where you need them at. And that's going to be the priority. I think that covers DV. Was there anything else Finn he needed? I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have questions, DV, you can come into our Discord, which is designed for, and we will get it taken care of. We will answer it for you. All right. I'm sure we have a ton of questions.
That is correct.
Go ahead and let's start firing them away.
Okay, What Else 73? How is everyone feeling after such a fantastic and long Sunday?
Tired.
Yeah.
I know.
Except for Biff. She's got enough energy to spare for everybody.
I know, right?
He's talking about the 6-1, yeah? Okay, there's that tumbleweed.
We don't understand what you're saying, Mike. I mean, good lord.
England won 6-1 on Sunday.
But,
It's exhausting.
Oh, World Cup.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Yay!
was like, wait, what?
I was on mute, but I'm just surprised that out of all of you, Grim is the one that realized it was a sport.
Yeah, of all the people that realized it was a sports reference, was Grim. Mister, I don't do sports.
I know, right? Come on, seriously.
I think it's so funny that you don't do sports, man. I'm like,
No, I just don't do sports. I watched a Major League Baseball game where a guy hit a home run, a kid caught it, and they forced the kid to give the baseball back. That was effed up, man.
oh, the kid.
The
caught
kid
it
was
the
in
stand?
tears and everything because he had to give the baseball back.
Oh.
So
Well, for
I'm
certain-
like, I'm
but
not going to
he'll
endorse
get-
professional sports.
But you don't. But they always do this if it's for like a certain milestone, like a 400th home run or something like that, right? They'll do that, but then they'll get a bunch of stuff afterwards. So they'll get like signed balls and bats and jerseys and stuff. They always do that in Major League Baseball. I've seen it it's at standard practice. Like, yeah, we got to take the ball back because it's going to go to Cooperstown or something. But like it's it's a special ball, but they will trade them signed stuff from that player. So I'm sure the kid got a bunch of stuff in return. Now, how do you feel, huh?
Eh.
And free trauma
Nice.
counselling for them taking the actual ball away from him.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, the whole freaking stadium was booing them for making them give it back. I mean,
Well,
you just don't
there's a
do
bunch
that
of people
to a
that don't
kid,
understand
man.
baseball.
But you get a buttload of stuff in return. I mean, you get signed autographed baseballs and caps and jerseys and bats and breakfast cereals. I mean, geez, the kid probably made out better by them doing that. But yeah, for specialty balls, they do that because it's historical significance.
You'd think they'd have more than one ball there anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They're doing the World Cup. Every time the ball goes out, there's one
they
thrown
don't
in
need the ball
immediately.
to play again. Oh my God, they need the ball because it meant something. So they're trying to keep it for that person, and then they'll give you other stuff in return.
Right.
They're not using it to play again, Mike. What the hell?
I know.
They don't have the one ball.
This
If
is
you
what
watch baseball, they change like balls sometimes between pitches.
Right.
It's freaking it's stupid.
I've been to a baseball match.
It's not a match, you knucklehead.
I saw the Boston Purple Sox play somebody.
No, that's wrong. You know what, Mike? You're on mute. All right.
Mike is now my best friend.
You're both on a timeout. All right, next question, please.
Paul Morgan, question: would you run Shore Trooper or Royal Guard as a second tank on Nightmare Team or another Sith until I can get Sith Trooper? Congrats on Sunday.
Ooh, boy.
I'd say
Short-
yes,
I'd run
Royal
Short
Guard.
Trooper over Royal Guard.
Yeah.
No, not if you're using Scion and Nihilus, because you don't want to give Scion or what was it, Nihilus crit immunity, because it will hinder Scion's abilities, or it's the other way around.
Royal Guard, but you can now one-shot straight through yellow and red. So I'm not really sure Royal Guard's going to work very well. It's going to be like a dead tune on that team.
Well, he heals. He does taunt if he gets below a certain percentage. I mean,
and crit him up, and he'll land his stun quite regularly.
Yeah, the thing is while Shore Trooper is an amazing dark side tank, probably one of the best dark side tanks, but yeah, with Scion and Nihilus's special abilities, you don't want them getting the crit immunity up, which Shore Trooper gives. Because, like, yeah, for Scion, when allied Darth Traya or Darth Nihilus are critically hit, reduce held by hatreds cooldown by 1. Right. Shore Trooper will hinder that.
All right, next question.
Nathaniel Miller, best counters for new Yoda. I've been hearing about Boba and Geospy.
That's a troll question.
Yeah, Nest, Scion, and Death Trooper. And B2. And TIE Fighter Pilot.
And Thrawn.
And pretty much all the other tunes.
You know, any other character, there you go.
Anyone that gives buff immunity.
Asajj Ventress to dispel all the crap that Yoda put. There's like freaking so many counters. Just next question.
Yeah.
Revenator question: does Ranger's jury duty have anything to do with Grande? And if so, what will you decide, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty. Sure.
What I have to say about that is, if the jacket does not fit, you must acquit.
That's right.
Oh, dang.
That will not work for me, because I'll be like, oh, hell no. Oh, no, you didn't. Mm-mm.
So, twice in 1 year, my wife has been a jury foreman. Can you believe that? And I've never been on a jury once, and I've never even been I've never been told to go down to the courthouse to be selected for a juror. But my wife has now been on 2 juries. I'm foreman on both. Mm-hmm. And one was a federal case. Can you believe that? Federal case.
Wow.
I did jury at the Old Bailey.
Do they have juries in Great Britain?
We do. Yes.
Do they have jury duty?
Yeah. I've dodged it 3-4 times. Last time couldn't, and ended up in the Old Bailey, which is amazing. The Old Bailey is kind of one of the top courts in the land, so it does all the murder cases and everything. And it's old, so it's quite a grandeur building. I mean, the mosaics, tiles, and everything. It's very grand.
Did you have to wear a wig while you were in there?
No, mate, I wasn't a judge. So, I tried. They didn't let me do that.
They didn't let you wear a wig and some knickers?
Nah. You have to go through metal detector. Oh, I'm sure you have to go through lots of metal detectors and stuff. But yeah, it was. It's funky, but it's cool.
What did you end up getting selected or no?
Yeah. It was a really boring road rage case that I had to do. It's quite boring.
You have road rage over there?
Apparently.
Well, I mean, road rage just means people drive on the right side of the road instead of on the wrong side, right? That's what y'all consider road rage? People drive on the right side instead of on the... Oh.
Well, if they're doing that, yeah, you're going to get a bit annoyed because we all drive on the left.
Right.
Left.
On the wrong side, I know.
No, on the right side. Oh, on the correct side. Our steering wheel is on the right. So therefore it must be right.
If it wasn't for England, we wouldn't have cars that are made for postmen over here in the United States. That's all I gotta say.
Aye. We did a few more. I think the Land Rover is probably our biggest thing, isn't it?
Land Rover. Land Rover is Nice car.
I have to say, if it wasn't for England, we wouldn't have the E-Type.
Yes, but have you seen
One
the
of the
F-Type?
most beautiful cars on the planet.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But we digress. How'd we get in this huge digression? Next question.
Kazakage, too easy. Question, Ranger, will you open a pack in honor of Voltron?
No.
Hey, how you liking that range trooper, by the way?
I haven't had a chance to use them. I had to do homework all day yesterday.
Oh, man.
Oh, you've got the 7-star one now, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, dude, do you have a way to record your gameplay sanely? Because I'd really like to see you use Range Trooper in the Dark Side territory battle special missions.
Sure, I could do that.
That would be so awesome.
Okay, Ski Trooper, question, what are your favorite reinforcement abilities when maxed? I did Vader and am leaning towards Phantom next.
The new Millennium Falcon, hands down. And Kylo Ren's command shuttle.
Kylo Ren.
I'll show you the dark side.
Do your trousers up.
All right, next question.
Contingent 33. Question, whenever you have purple or blue 5-dot mods that aren't showing speed in the attributes, do you roll them in the hope for some speed at all or sell them?
Right.
Sell them.
Money!
All right.
Hold on. I think we need to answer that question again. You guys. So I did not sell all of my clear mods in the beginning.
It depends on how many mods where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on where you're at. It depends on how many mods you got. The other thing too is the first ones that I started selling was I started selling squares and diamonds that were clear, but I still kept arrows, triangles, crosses, and circles. Then later I started selling circles that didn't have any secondaries. And then I started selling specific arrows, specifically defense and health arrows. I started selling, and crit immunity, accuracy, ones that were not like offense or protection or speed. And then I went to crosses, and on crosses I started selling kind of the not so great ones, right? Defense and health first were the first ones I started. But I kept protection and potency for a long time. The last one was triangles. I want to say for probably a good 8 or 10 months, I kept every triangle I got, and including defense, and leveled them all the way up and stuck them on somebody. And it wasn't until I got to the point where I had almost all the arrows on somebody, where I started saying, all right, we'll sell defense ones, we'll sell health ones, and we'll keep the others. And I still won't sell a crit damage or an offense primary on almost anything. I'll keep it, and then sometimes if I just get a wild feeling, then I will delete some if I have a ton of them. Anyway.
Yeah, the only ones I don't sell are if it's like, speed primary arrows. That's the only ones I don't sell.
I would keep a like an offense primary triangle, especially if it came in with like a speed. It came in on a speed set. It came in on an offense set. It came in on a potency set. One of these, or it came in on like a crit damage or crit chance set. I would keep those because I don't for a long time until you end up at max mods, until you end up with 918 mods put on your characters, I would still continue to keep those.
Well, GG says I have a total 7 offense arrows.
Dang.
And if I just remove those 2 out of 918 recorded mods. Wow. Good advice, that. Science.
Wow.
Andrew Sweeney, question: how do you all feel about Mark III carbs being needed for some of the Gear 12 Plus pieces?
Good.
Something that you can get.
It just makes the gear crunch that much worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark III Carbontes are farmable from the ship table now.
Great.
Aren't they?
Yep.
But who wants to farm more of those?
Everyone, because everyone needs them.
I mean, Jesus.
I think it's a good
Hey, it could be worse. It could have been like all. Guess what? You can only get it from the Sith raid. Be thankful
But
it's not.
But there are other things that you would probably want to farm from that ship's table. I mean, let's talk about ship's table, right? Order of operation on things you probably want to farm. If you don't have a 7-star Scion, you probably want to farm Scion's node. The next thing would be either ship's reinforcement abilities or ship's Omegas, potentially, being as that those are the next rarest items on the table. At least until you have your ship's arena team.
Yeah,
with the
or
Omegas that you want and the reinforcement materials that you want. So I'm not saying max out your whole roster, but the ships you use every day, you wanna make sure that you get those done. Then only after you've got that done, then you might want to look at some of the gear that you can only get on that table, right? So there's a couple of Gear 12 pieces. There are a couple of things that you don't get from stun guns.
There's Mark 8 golden balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things that you can't get from anywhere else is probably what you would want to farm off that ship's table first until you've gotten what you need before you went back to a piece of challenge gear. I mean, unless you just are trying to, unless for some reason it gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside to have all the Carbontes stuck on every character at the certain gear level you're at. That would be the only reason why I would say to do that. I mean, every week you could get 50 Carbontes every week. So I'm not saying you will get 50 Carbontes, but just from challenges alone, let's say we knock that down. Let's say you got 3 a time. That means you're getting 30 carbs from challenges. So every other week you get a Carbonte. If you don't actively farm for stun guns or for stun cuffs or for golden eyeballs or for something else, you ain't getting 30 a week without farming for them.
right.
Tier 5A on the hard node gives the Mark 10 Tag-Eco HoloLens.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one's gas.
That's a raid only reward, isn't it? And you
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, both binoculars.
And it's needed to make one of the new Gear 12 pieces too, I think.
Yep. So they've given us access to that as well.
Yeah, any of the gear on the 5 is amazing.
I'm gonna tell you though, I mean it's highly crystal dependent in order to farm those nodes. I mean to use more than just natural gain on those nodes.
Yeah.
I mean if you were gonna tell me, if you're telling me that you don't have characters done on a cantina node, or you're gonna tell me that you don't have 918 mods assigned, I would not be telling someone to go in and blow 100 crystals a day on a ship's node. I just wouldn't say that.
The only thing I would recommend crystals for is refreshing Scion's node. I've dropped.
Yep. If you do not have a 7-star Scion, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or if you're I don't even think I could tell you that some of the ships on the hard nodes would be worth it because you can find them somewhere else. So,
Yeah, I took one of my refreshes away and put it in for Scion's node in the ship's PvE, so that way you can refresh both nodes a day and you get 20 attempts at Scion a day. It'll kill that crunch.
Nice.
but besides that, I don't know if I could recommend that somebody blow a bunch of extra energy on ship's energy.
It's a fallback, isn't it? Once you've spent all the energy you're going to spend on refreshes in the normal light side, dark side, at least it gives you another cheaper option to do a little bit more. If you just need, if you need two, you might take a punt.
If you're trying to finish off a piece, right? Now that makes great sense what you're saying. You need to finish off a piece for your arena team, or you need to finish off a piece for your ships team or for a raid team. I'd spend 100 crystals a couple of times refreshing one of those nodes, trying to farm a couple of extra pieces to bring you over the edge. Absolutely. That makes sense.
Why did Grande get clear all of a sudden?
Yeah.
He's in his car.
What
Next
else?
question.
Yeah, what else? 73 question is Wampa viable on a territory war team at 5-star? And what
Yes.
gear levels should he be for that? For a 90-ish million GP guild?
Ooh, pick me.
Zylo.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stoner.
Offense, yeah. Defense, no. At least gear 9 for damage output. You can put him on a team like a Rex team, and you can pick your 3, 4, and 5 with them too. It's a great team for offense, and it's a good way to get one of those CLS teams off of a wall there.
Okay, Nathaniel Morgan, question, is it worth farming characters from Cantina if I can't gear them or straight mods? Currently do 5-to-2 ratio of characters to mods. Addendum, I have all the essential tunes from Cantina already.
Okay, so this is a great question, right? So I think it depends. It also depends on if they're available somewhere else. A good example of this would be like potentially Geospy is now needed for ships, right? Not a super essential tune, but needed. You can get Geospy out of the fleet store. So you could potentially buy them out of the fleet store. Let's talk about another character that, depending on what your roster looks like, while it's not absolutely necessary, could be really good, and that would be Night Sister Acolyte. I think Night Sister Acolyte would be worth farming off of a Cantina node. Sometimes in this game, what it comes down to is a rarity check, right? So you end up needing that character at 7-star for something else. And if you do, a good example of this would be like Wicket and Mother Towson, right? Wicket and Mother Towson are essential. However, in order to get the extra Zetas, it's strictly a rarity check. If you've got the rarity, then you get the Zetas. So any of those characters that you do need the rarity check on, I would say to farm them. Any of these characters that we say make a decent team, I would say to farm them. If for whatever reason you never farmed Lando out of Cantina, now is not the time to start. But if it's a character like let's do a good example, B2 Battle Droid, right? I would say B2 Battle Droid. You might want to slow farm B2 to finish off the rarity, so that you could use him. I remember whenever, let's say you missed Imperial Trooper, Super Commando, or Gar Saxton. The ship is pretty good, and it might help your guild in territory wars to go ahead and finish off that character's rarity. So, if you needed to modify that 2-5, like you farm mods on the weekends and you farm characters during the week. Let's say you're weak on mods, right? Let's say you only have like 300 mods this time. Then yeah, I would tell you maybe you need to flip that a little bit. Maybe you need to go to 3-4, or maybe you even need to go to 4-3. So you're farming mods, 4 days a week, and you're only farming characters 3 days a week for a little bit until you kind of increase you decrease your deficiency in mods, so you're better in mods now than you used to be. But I would say, a lot of people will say things like Barris is not essential. I think Barris is a pretty essential character. So, if you haven't finished her off, I'd finish her off. Barris also has hard nodes, so do the hard nodes, man.
That, and to follow up on his question in general, the Cantina, there's plenty of tunes that you can farm out of Cantina that are available in stores, so prioritize the store first as opposed to grinding another Cantina node and making more work for yourself. You got plenty of different tunes throughout all the stores that'll save you hard node farms, like Grande just said, Super Commando.
Totally agree with that.
It's a 16 node energy, and say you finished the guild event store and you got a 7-star Hermiota and Wampa and you're farming gear out of there, you can farm characters out of there too. It's all about just rounding up and finishing up the stores so you can take the most advantage of the stores.
I totally
True, but
agree with
you also don't want to spread yourself too thin on currency because you never know when CG's going to drop a new thing there for you, especially the event store.
So
yeah,
look,
that's true.
So look, if they're okay, so let's talk about that. What's a good, if you have between 20 and 30,000 credits in any one store, you can spend the rest on whatever the heck you want, right? I mean,
exactly. Leave yourself
you
a cushion so you won't get screwed when they drop something on you.
Let me tell you, I buy one thing and one thing only from the regular guild store, and that is stun cuffs. I buy stun cuffs every time I see them. But that's the only thing I buy from there. And the reason why is because I'm trying to stock up that store where I've got about 20,000 in there. And I need stun cuffs like they're going out of style. So that's the only thing I buy. I've decided, I'm like, that is the stun cuff store for me. That's all I buy out of it.
And that's a great idea too in any aspect of the game to give yourself some cushion. You're always like Ranger, for example, he's accumulating a good amount of credits so he can do whatever he wants with his credits. Like Grande, you want to go into the guild store and buy one piece of the store currency and save up the rest of it. That's a great idea too, because you're not only creating the cushion, but you're creating more accessibility throughout the game.
It's the same thing too. Like we can even talk about cushions and credits, right? How much energy, how much credits does it take to take a character from level 1 to level 85? It's like a little under 7 mil, right? So if it takes a little under 7 mil, well, if a brand new character came out that was like a Scion or like something else, it means you need to be walking around with 7 mil. If a brand new ship came out, it takes, I think, around the same amount, around 3 to 7 mil to max a ship out. So at 85, well, if a brand new ship came out that for whatever reason, like overtook Big's Darklighter, then you want to be walking around with about 7-8 mil in ship's credits. And that's if a new character came out next week. Let's say let's say they did something with mods, or let's say we got a character, a player level increase. If you're to the point where you're at max mods and you're at the point where you've got all your characters done, should you be buying mods from the store still, or should you be trying to save your currency? And my first thought is, okay, if they went to, if you look at when we increased characters from 80 to 85 and how much it took to do that, what would it look like if we went from 85 to 90? If for whatever reason they decided tomorrow that they were going to take mods and do something where you had to put more credits into mods, how much should you have saved for mods? To get your arena team back up to the highest level, to get your your ships teams back up to the highest level. I can tell you, I've done the calculations for myself, and the calculations for myself are that you need around 200K of both credits, so that you can have the flexibility to be able to move quickly if you need to. This is a resource management game, right? And if you're trying to manage resources, it means you want to have a cushion in case they release Lord Revan tomorrow. You could level him up, put the abilities on him, and stick him in your arena team.
Thane has a good lease on it here. He says, if you have a bunch of tunes to gear, don't farm tunes. If you have a bunch of tunes that need to be geared, don't farm other tunes that you don't need.
That's a good
farm
point.
The gear instead.
He makes a good point, right? The other thing too is we have to decide how good is good enough, right? If you're a dolphin type player, could this character work and function how you need it to work and function at gear 10? Could this character work and function at gear 6? Could this character work and function at gear 11? Or does this character have to be gear 12, totally maxed out? It's the same thing we talk about with Zetas, right? Whenever for example, let's take the First Order team. We don't tell people to stick a Zeta on First Order TIE Pilot. It's not needed. The same thing's true with the Night Sister team. We talk about 2 Zetas on Asajj Ventress. We talk about 1 Zeta on the unique for Mother Talzin, but we don't normally talk about that you have to have the old DACA Zeta. Now, it's a good Zeta. It's not a bad Zeta. But the team functions with 3. You don't have to put the 4th on, right? When we talk about characters like Crew, you really got to put them both on there. When we talk about characters like Kylo, you really got to put the 1 on there. When we talk about First Order Stormtrooper, you really got to put it on there. So that's really a 4 Zeta team. It's the same thing whenever we talk about, R2. We typically talk about one of his Zetas. The other one's nice, but it's not needed. The same thing about JTR. JTR has 3 Zetas. Does she really need all 3? Not really. Especially if Zetas are super rare for you, and you can get that team up and functioning and working well, then get it up and functioning and then move on to something else. And then once we've got everything at a functional level, then we can go back and round stuff off.
Hey, Sanely.
Yeah, what's up?
What was the original question?
Hold on.
Farming on Cantina versus mods.
Okay, so the original question was Nathaniel Morgan question, is it worth farming characters from Cantina if I can't gear them or straight mods? Currently do 5-to-2 ratio of characters to mods. Addendum, I have all the essential tunes from Cantina.
Okay, just checking.
What, did we go way off the beaten path on that?
You were way off the beaten path like 5 minutes ago, Grant.
Okay, sorry.
I was just making sure there was another question, because after all that I forgot, and I thought the last question was asking whether Wampa should be in territory war. So.
Okay, sorry. I'll stop talking now.
Okay. Do we have some quick questions we can speed through sanely in the next couple minutes? Just quick yes or no questions.
Two more questions.
Okay, Thane Kyrell, question for Finn. Why didn't you add the challenge to change Miss McVenum's in-game name?
Because I would have to change my name to Tits McFinity, and that wasn't happening. Next question.
Okay, Silverbolt, question. Any hopes of retrieving the remainder of the charity stream video? Great work, everyone. By the way, congrats.
So that's apparently a YouTube thing. For some reason, they're cropping it. I don't know if we can recover that last 4 hours. I'm trying to see, but I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 11 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah. And I looked up, and YouTube was at 36 hours that it used to, but then they changed so many of their like rules and policies and stuff. So it's possible that they limited it to 11 hours and 55 minutes. I'm going to try and see, but I don't know.
Boy, if we had recorded that and had it up for posterity, it would have taken. Can you imagine trying to compile that video and upload it? It would have taken like 6 days.
Thane Kyrell donated $2. Who is the lady on the panel?
Grande.
That is Dana Descent. Say hi, Dana.
Hi.
Hey Dana, I want you to tell Thane something for me, all right?
Okay.
I want you to ask him how about now.
How about now?
Oh, word.
Boom!
Yeah.
You just got how about now by Dana.
That's right.
All right, one more.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know
okay.
for it, huh?
Revenator, is the reason Grande hasn't been selected for jury duty have something to do with reading aloud?
Yeah. Oh.
It's because he's a big deal. You don't get the big deal
Yeah.
in jury duty.
That's criminal.
Because the first question is, do you know anybody on the jury? And it's like, yeah, that dude's a big deal. I know who he is. And then you're done.
Yeah.
I would love to see Grande as a jury foreperson reading
Oh
the
my
results.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? We sentence you to
We need to do one more question.
Go ahead.
Thane
We need to do the one
Kyrell.
from Thane.
Yep, I got it. Thane Kyrell, question for Dana. If you could go porg hunting with any of the RSG crew members, who would you take and why? You can take more than one.
I would take Finn because he and I would just go around and collect them all. We wouldn't go hunting.
I'm gonna love him and hug him and squeeze him.
Well,
I got a pork for my birthday.
you're gonna make
And they
a
twisted.
a giant pork kebab.
No. No. We're collecting them all. You all can stay away.
Pokemon, collect them all, sleep with them.
Poor game on. Okay, let's go.
All right, I think that's it for all the questions. So we went a little bit over today. Thanks everybody for being here. If you listen to this later, you can download and listen to this on iTunes or YouTube Red. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel, we've got the super chat function. We've got the sponsor. Usually, if offline, if you want to support the channel, we have a support our channel button on the YouTube homepage, which is PayPal. It goes directly to us. We use all those proceeds to go directly to us. And Finn, we're working on something else for that, right? We're going to be starting.
For what?
with
Sorry.
I said for we got a plan in motion for a possible Patreon.
Oh yeah, we're you guys have asked for it. We haven't done it, but we're discussing stuff.
Yeah. But for a very specific reason. That will be the only reason.
Did I just hear that right?
Yeah. The pressure's building, Rhonda. We can't take it anymore. We're just giving in. We just don't care. It's like, okay, we'll do it. You know, it's like the Amazon thing. Because I was like, no, we're not doing that. And then, oh my god. Messages. Do it! Do it now! Like, Jesus Christ, okay, we'll do it. It's like, oh my god. So, but that's in the works.
Fauci is very intimidating.
Well, she is, man.
Yes,
Jesus.
she is.
I think on the Amazon wish list, I haven't updated it, Finn, but we do have the dice on there for me for the Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if there's anything else up there. Maybe we need to refresh the Amazon list. Because some of the items have been purchased, which is really kind and generous of you folks. We really
They get removed as soon as somebody gets purchased.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah, they don't show up just already.
But we got the dice for me. I think there's some other stuff up there. Ridiculous stuff. I put some really expensive, ridiculous stuff because I don't really want anything. But the dice, I was like, okay, I'll give in. So,
I have Funkos on mine.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be doing the lunch stream because I'll find out tonight if I have jury duty. I hate jury duty. I'm going to go in there and just be the biggest dick ever. If we're not giving any kind of speech about jury duty. Like, oh, I'm a vet. Kiss my ass. I think after 10 years, you've got enough blood for me.
Just say it's against your religion.
He's honest. He's staying.
If you say it's against your religion to do jury duty, they can't force you.
But they can ask me, what's my religion? Can't they?
Anti-jury duty.
And I'm an atheist, so it's not gonna work.
Well, you do have a goatee, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could say you're like a Mormon.
You should say you're a Pastafarian.
It's not against their religion to do. It's not against their religion to do that. Come
Yeah,
on.
Pastafarian's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or
Just come in there with the strainer on your head.
Let's go in
Tell
there.
them you're an illegal alien, an illegal immigrant. Sorry.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, "What illegal immigrant? You're so white, you're watercolored. Get out of here."
No, we want it back on Wednesday. We don't need them deported.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that, I suppose.
though it would be hilarious.
Yeah. I work with Grande.
Well, Grande is in Texas. He's right there at the border. He can sneak him across.
So there you go. But thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. Thanks everybody on the panel. Appreciate you guys being here. So we'll have the lunch tomorrow. I should, depending on when jury duty ends, that might interfere with the Wednesday night stream too. That could fuck things up as well. So everyone, thank you for stopping by. If you have more questions, join our Discord. That's what it's set up for. We have over 1,000 people in the community that love Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and are there to help answer your questions. Just hang out. We just like to have fun. Most of the time, we're just hanging out and doing goofballs and stuff. But it's a really good way to meet some new people and get your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes information. I think I covered it all, haven't I, Finn?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something a little personal, really quick. Not like personal, but if you guys haven't
getting
seen
a catheter.
No. Well, no. I put up a video on our RSG YouTube about countering the meta with the Han team, right? And it's been doing really well. The one thing I'd like to ask people is if you are using it, please put in the comments if it's working for you or not. I love hearing. If you go through the comments, I love seeing how people are saying that it's helping them figure out the mechanics and it's actually starting to work with them. One guy said that it brought hope back to him about Rex actually being in the meta again. And so I love hearing those comments. It makes it worthwhile to make these videos if everyone is kind of learning something and able to recreate what I'm showing in the video. So if you guys are watching it or you know people that are, please have them post in the replies. It really helps us to know what's working and what's not working. So, and hopefully we'll be able to make more of those for you guys.
Yeah, we have a lot more of those videos starting to come out. We have a couple, right? Don't we, Finn, in the works?
Yeah, we're working on some more here.
Okay. We'll discuss this after the stream. So, all right, everybody have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Monday. Get through it. Or Tuesday. God, I think it's Monday. That's how out of it I am. But everyone, have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.